Hey everyone, thanks for watching my videos. Now that I got my latest ZD Racing rolling chassis in, wanted to give you guys a comparison video and an overview between the different styles that they have. So starting with this one, this is the TC-8. This is a touring car body style. The next one is the SC-8, which is short course truck. And then the third one is actually this one, which is an MT-8, which stands for monster truck. The 8 is 1/8 scale. And they do sell ready to runs and rolling chassis, and it's really up to you guys what you prefer. I definitely recommend rolling chassis so you can customize and pick your parts, and you get to know your RC and how to build it and fix it, because the whole point is these are all hobby grade and you can upgrade them, repair them, and they should last you a while. And really what it comes down to is what's your flavor, what you like, what you prefer. I think I'm pretty comfortable with the fleet I have right now, and I'll let you guys know if I decide to add any more to them, but I do like these three. I did an unboxing video, and my plans for this is to actually turn it into a rally car, so a 1/8 scale rally car, which I'm really excited for. I'm not the biggest fan of this body, but it's a spare one and I'm okay with. I got it for the chassis. I did the same thing for the monster truck. Didn't care for the body, swapped it out for this random rally car Subaru knockoff that I really like, actually. And it came together really well. I originally had a Beetle, a Baja Beetle bug body that came in, but it came in warped and beat up, so I couldn't use it. But and then of course you saw this one came in with the damaged body. I did sticker it up, tape it up. I did repaint, or I did paint another spare body for it, which I like even more. It just doesn't fit as nicely because it was a 1/10 scale body versus these 1/8 scale bodies. But let's get into the breakdown. First off, you'll notice the one with the largest footprint in terms of body is the TC-8, just because these the center of the body does not go in like the short course truck, and of course the monster truck doesn't even have any wheel coverings. If you do plan on making this a speed machine, I can foresee the side of the body flaring out like this being an issue, so you might want to warp it or remold it so that it sits further in like this, so that this area is not catching wind and flopping all around, because that will happen. As you see, it does come out more than the side of the body. But let's take a look at the inside. Sorry. Okay, I'll open them up, all of them up right now, so you can see. And the touring car has not been built yet, but I did have some plans for it already. But we'll start with this one. The biggest difference that you'll notice right off the bat is the tire and wheel setup. You'll see these are road tires. The wheels aren't too much different, but what they do, the rubber they stick on them is. These aren't the factory tires for here, but they're not too different as far as diameter goes. These are better tires in the sense that they're much more grippy than the stock tires that came with it. And then of course you'll notice the giant monster truck tire. Great for landing, bashing in my opinion, flips, because nothing hangs, so it just rolls and bounces right back. But these are not the greatest for bashing because they have so much metal, and metal means weight, weight means slamming and potential for breaking. So you do actually want something lighter if you guys are looking for something for bashing, and that's where the JLB Cheetah comes in. That one's really known for taking hits. I did a backflip video on it and gave it a good beating, and it's running. The chassis is great, which I also got in a rolling chassis, and it's a great choice for that one, especially because the JLBs run more expensive than the ZD Racings do, which is why I have so many of the ZD Racings, because I felt they were much more affordable and higher bang for the buck as far as what my interests were. So the next thing, going from the wheels and tires related, is the suspension setup. So you'll notice that the shocks and springs on the touring car are much stiffer and less travel than you would have on the short course truck. You can see that. And then moving on up to the monster truck, you'll have even more. And there you go. Here, I'll do this one. You can see how much flex there is in each of them before they bottom out. And this one barely has any. And I know it's hard to tell on the bed or on the surface I'm using, but yeah, you know, that's how it is. So something to note if you guys are getting into the ZD Racing chassis is that they do have different styles. And the different styles, of course, aside from the wheels, shocks, suspensions, pay attention to the chassis. Number one being these support bars. You'll notice that some of them come in plastic, like the TC-8 and the MT-8 are plastic. And plastic's not a bad thing, going back to bashing and durability, because plastic bends before it snaps, and metal tends to snap, or at least these alloy aluminum pieces that they use. Another thing to note, don't pay too much attention to the color. It's just more aesthetics instead of design. But here's a shot of the metal support bar on the short course truck. And they sell the monster truck also with those metal support bars, so it's really the style that you're going for and also how much you want to spend, because there is a price difference between them. And it doesn't mean that the metal is more expensive, just look for the deals that are posted. Next thing that comes to mind is I mentioned how the spur gear in this one is plastic, and that actually applies the same to this one, the short course truck. But I noticed that the monster truck gets a metal spur gear. So they do sell the spare spur gears. That is something that can be changed or modified. So if I ever chew out the teeth on these two, I will switch it to a metal. But pay attention to the gearing, because I believe that the teeth count are different, so you'll have to plan that out. The other thing to note is the difference in motor mounts. You'll see that this one comes with a motor mount that has a sliding plate that goes into there, and that is also the same for the MT-8, and that's something you can see in the product pictures and descriptions. And the difference is, this is the other motor mount style that they use, which is a one-piece motor mount. The whole bracket attaches the motor, and then it slides on the bottom of the chassis rather than on top. So from the factory, I upgraded the motor. I could not get the pinion off. I ordered another plate before I decided to grind off the other pinion gear. The plate was $7 or $8, not too bad, and it let me put this monster 4082 in there. So wheels, tires, suspension, body support, bumpers. This is a road car bumper with the foam. Monster truck has no bumper. And short course truck, of course, has the extended bumpers. Really, it's comes down to what you guys like, what you guys enjoy. If you guys have the resources, I recommend them all. I ran the short course truck and the monster truck, of course, and they are a blast. Again, not bashers, but they're super fast. And when you hear these huge tires, huge RC tires, I should say, rip on the ground, it just puts a feeling. It gives you a feeling and a smile. So that's something that's very cool. I do plan on upgrading these to the 17 millimeter lug, so 17 millimeter hex rally wheels and tires. So I will eventually make it a competitor and very similar to the Traxxas Fiesta ST Rally. But that's my comparisons video as far as explaining the differences. They have two other styles, which is a truggy stadium truck style and then the buggy style. I'm still on the fence about the buggy. I don't know if I care too much about the truggy just because it seems to be the most expensive out of the bunch. But my advice between ready to run and rolling chassis, if you're starting out, don't have an RC and really want one, get a ready to run. Comes with the battery, comes with the charger, comes with everything you need except for the double A's for the transmitter. And it's something that you can get right out of the box and start going at it. And if you are already seasoned in RC, meaning you have RC equipment, RC parts laying around, you already have your battery systems and your charger, go with a ready to run. It'll save you more ultimately because you're going to be able to utilize the spare parts you have, and going back to building it and adding your touch to it and getting to know the RC in and out, because you're going to be taking it apart and putting it back together multiple times, assuming that you run these things, and that's the joy in RC. So highly recommend. And I've had a great experience with the RCs, not so much the seller. So do your research, try to find the best deal that you can, and I'll probably do a seller recommendation video soon, and give you my tips on how to get the best deals, and how to stretch your dollar, which is exactly what I do with all of these. So thanks for watching. I really hope this was helpful. I'm also gonna do a simple how-to video on how to put this chassis together, or how to put the parts in there. I'm not going to do a full time lapse, but I will show you where the screws go, how to separate the parts, and what goes where. So please subscribe, and you know, all the YouTube stuff to help support. And I'm really grateful for your views, your comments, and for sharing this RC love. So thanks for watching.